The Salopian Mixtape with Michaela and Simon Berry, bringing you Shropshire's best new music.
And welcome to another episode of the Salopian Mixtape. My name is Simon Berry.
And I'm Michaela Wild, and we're in our 7th episode of this series, which means that the next episode next week, we've got to listen to this one first, but that will be our best of the series. We'll be having a look back for over the last kind of 7 weeks worth of incredible music, awesome people involved with stuff, and going to really cool locations. There's been lots of things happening over the last few weeks. We kind of decided that this week we'd make it all about the music.
Yeah, because we have got a lot of music that's come in via the salopianmixtape.com, which, by the way, if you're making music or you know someone that is where you have to go to upload your music to us so that we can listen to it, and if we like it, we'll play it on this here podcast. But because we've been going to so many different places and talking to so many interesting people, we've got a little bit of a backlog of music that we need to get through because it's ace and we want to share it with you. So that's what this week is all about.
Absolutely. And one tune we definitely want to share with you is something from Adele and Andy. Now, we have launched something in this series, which is our local release of the series. It's an album or an EP that we are basically just going to shout about for an entire series. And this series, it's come from... Why are you laughing?
I was going to literally start shouting, but I'm not going to do that. My neighbours would not be happy with me, but I was just going to shout, Adele and Andy, Angels and Demons!
That is the...
Literally shouting about it.
Release of the series. This. Not only have we been literally shouting about it, you've also been able to get hold of it in 2 local record stores at Spinning Around Records and at Tubeway 2 in Bridgnorth, which you'll be able to do still for the next couple of weeks until next series,
when there will be a new release of the series that will be taking over said spot in those 2 record shops. And as we alluded to last week, didn't allude to.
Well, actually, wait a minute.
What?
If you want to know who it is, listen back to to last week's podcast. There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, throw back to last week. Yeah. You can find out for yourself. I'm not telling you now.
Don't press play on that one, please, and bring our numbers up even further. We'd like that.
You can also press subscribe on this, and you can listen to all of the podcasts as and when they are released, so that you know what is going on in music history in Shropshire. Because the mystery is being made now.
I see what you did there. Okay, well done.
Okay.
Well done.
You look very confused at me for a second.
I did look confused. Maybe we should do a local music history feature.
Maybe, but let's...
look back in time to the great Shropshire music gone by, made by proud, historic Salopians.
But let's look forward to the current batch of proud Salopians making music with our local release of the series. Then this is the latest track that we are going to be playing for you from Adele and Andy's album Angels and Demons from the Market Drayton couple.
This is Spread Your Wings.
Track number 6 is called Spread Your Wings. We wrote this after we unfortunately lost a few family members within the space of a few months. It's a very cathartic song, and we just wanted to get a message out there that anybody who has that experience loss, you're not alone. Everybody goes through, grief in their own way, but we're always there for you, as well as there will be people around you that are there for you. And we hope the song helps people know that the loved ones are still there, but they're actually looking down on them now.
We don't think about it. We close our minds to block it out, but someone has a key to heaven's gates to take you away from me. So many days have passed, our lives went by so fast, but someone up there forced me to say goodbye to you. I learned to live my life without you, but I can't get over that rainbow that you built. And You spread your wings and fly. I never thought I'd be alone. I should've known this day would come, but it came too soon for me. I wasn't ready then for us to say goodbye. But I can't get over that rainbow that you built, and I can't get into that house upon that hill, and I can't get over the empty space inside, and I can't get over the lonely nights I've cried, 'cause you spread your wings and fly. You spread your wings and fly. And I can't get over that rainbow that you built, and I can't get into that house upon that hill, 'cause you spread your wings and fly. You spread your wings and fly.
So that was Adele and Andy and Spread Your Wings. Fabulous tune from them. We've absolutely loved sharing Angels and Demons, their amazing album, as our first local release of the series. As we mentioned, you can still get hold of that in physical copies from Spinning Around Records or Tubeway 2 in Bridgnorth. Fabulous local record stores that are part of this new collaboration that we've created. And you can find out our next release of the series either by listening back to last week's podcast, or just wait along for the next series and we will bring you a tune every single week from that next release, next series.
It certainly will. And it's a really good one as well. By the way, look to your left, Michaela.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Can you see it?
I can see it there.
That's our next release of the series. That's all I'm going to say. There we go. We've been inundated with so much brilliant music that covers so many different genres. So Adele and Andy from the sort of country and Americana scene. We've had things like rap music and rock music and folk music. And we've had some very, very, very good metal music as well.
There was no way that you weren't. This is why we needed an episode like this, because there was no way that this wasn't going to get played by you, because it ticks every single box for Simon Berry.
Certainly does. When we came back with the second series of the Salopian mixtape, I was at Loopfest and I caught up with this guy, Michael Randall, aka Mad Spanner, he is a mad spanner and he's a wonderful guy and he's a brilliant musician, talented as anything.
And super passionate as well. Like he is so like wonderfully obsessed with metal music. And there's
all music, not even just metal, it's just music. He loves live music. So he performed as Mad Spanner at Loopfest, and he also was then a punter at Loopfest, and wherever we went, he was down at the front headbanging. Wherever you went, it was amazing. We went to the OPO to see Wax Futures. He was down at the front headbanging, even though it's a tiny, tiny space. And then down at Albert Shed, he was down at the front headbanging. It was just, he just can't He lives and breathes music, and it's beautiful. And we've got a song to play for you, but rather than us introduce it, we thought we'd let Michael Randall introduce it himself.
The Salopian Mixtape with Michaela Wild and Simon Berry. You can get your music heard at thesalopianmixtape.com.
Hello, this is Mike from Mad Spanner, the one-man cabaret entertainment act, grindy, extreme, experimental, weird, all of those. I also co-run events with Born to Lose Productions, and it would be remiss of me not to plug those shows coming to the Albert Shed at the end of the month. On the 28th of July, we've got like a doom metal show, Void Lurker, Gozer, This Summit Fever, nice, slow, heavy, that's going on. And then the next week after that, on the 4th of August, both of those Sundays, we have Ataka, Past the Fallen Damage, for something a little bit more contemporary. All of this is really just uniting the heavy metal scene in Shrewsbury, and it'd be great to see all the fans of heavy music there. Boom! So, this next song that you're about to hear, it's one of the the big songs of the album Sisyphus Happy. And it's part of a three-parter. This is the second part, and it deals with psychosis, suicidal depression, and finding meaning in a meaningless universe. So, not exactly a ballad, but it's a very heavy song, and I usually end the set with it, or the second last song. Anyways, it's pretty heavy, so sit your bottoms down and turn up loud. This one is called Part 2, One Must Imagine.
Meaning of life to cling to, now redundant to the vacuum of space.
So that was part 2, One Must Imagine, by Mad Spanner. So very good, so very heavy, in your face, but with a wonderful message behind it as well. So if you like that, go and find Mad Spanner on all social media, because you won't be disappointed. He's a one-man band, but boy, does that band rock.
And if you are looking for more music by Mad Spanner, wherever you find your music, there's one particular tune in the Mad Spanner back catalogue that you really like saying the name of to go looking for.
I can't help it.
Go on.
Electrophobic nosebleed. I just can't help it. It's just such
Honestly,
a wonderful pairing of words. Because do you know about Google Whack? Which is to find 2 words that you put into Google, and if it only comes up with one result, it's a Google Whack.
Okay.
It's very difficult to do, even more difficult now than it was when Dave Gorman did a whole show on it about 15 years ago, and his Google Whack adventure. I managed to get a couple in the past. I've never actually typed in electrophobic nosebleed, but seeing as you can get that song on streaming platforms, it's not going to be a Google Whack, but it's the kind of thing that would be. There we go.
It's the kind of thing that would be. Now, if you're making brilliantly bonkers music like that, or if you're making the most chilled out classical music, the most bizarre jazz, if you're making folk, indie, pop, dance music, anything and everything goes on this show, and I think that this episode will very much demonstrate that. Head to thesalopianmixtape.com to upload music to us, tell us more about you, provide some fun facts so we can find out more about what you do, and we'd just love to play your music. And
you can also leave a voice note explaining a bit about your music when you do that.
Bringing you Shropshire's best new music, the Salopian Mixtape.
Hi, Sonya Smith here, singer-songwriter based in Mid-Wales. I write songs about all sorts of love and loss, but particularly about loving and valuing your own self. You know, rising above the negative influences you may encounter from the world around us. And some of them are angry, and some are sentimental, and some are sad. But hopefully, ultimately, it's all about empowering yourself and those around you. That way we make the world a more beautiful place. And coming up is one of my songs about the bonds of family. We all know the saying, blood is thicker than water. And it's about how we can't ever really let go of those bonds. Those connections are always there, even when we're apart. So here's my song, Thicker Than Water.
They say it's thicker than water, like the water that flows. When I think of you, and I just don't know how this will go. They say time is a healer, but I'm no nearer to mending this blow. And who knows, is time a healer? That's what they say, but how can they know? How can they know? Think of you with your hand in mine, and how we'll never part. Though we've said goodbye, that don't mean a thing. Those words just don't mean what they say. But with you I can never turn away, 'cause it's thicker, thicker than water, and the tears that flow, it's thicker
thicker than water. So how can I let go? Think of you, of your hand, I can no longer hold. That I'll never let go, thinking that we'll never part. Oh, it's time, 'cause it's thicker than water.
Sonya Smith and Thicker Than Water. She is a brilliant crafter of glorious songs. She knows how to turn a lyric and complement it with a beautiful melody. She's one of these people that is it's a brilliant idea to go and watch her perform live. Her vocal is really impressive and very distinctive as well. So if you get the chance to see her perform live, then give it a go.
And you can see her live, well, probably by the time this is going out. The next time you can see her is Burning Woman Festival on 20th of July, and then Landed at on the 27th of July. So go and check out Sonya Smith. And she's left an interesting fact about herself. She says, "People tell me I look confident and self-assured on stage. And what they don't know is that the exact opposite is the case." Which is, but I think that it's one of those things where if you fake it, you will make it. If you're faking the sort of the self-assured and confidence, and people are telling you that you're self-assured and confident, then that will rub off, and in time that will just be a fact, and it won't be a thing of like, oh, this is just a mask, don't look at me. It'll be fine, Sonya, and you're making brilliant music, so continue to do so, and send it to thesalopianmixtape.com.
Which is exactly what this next artist has done. A brilliant artist called Roundtrip to Tiny, also known as Timothy, who's from Shrewsbury, brought Roundtrip to Tiny into existence in 2022. And we've been absolutely loving the music that he's been creating, kind of inspired by post-punk, wonky pop, electro clash, neoclassical, dark wave, cold wave, dream punk. I mean, a whole heap of words that I'm just really enjoying saying and loving to hear.
So this is Roundtrip to Tiny, and the dawn spawned a narcissist. That was The Dawn Spawned a Narcissist by Roundtrip Tiny, who is Tim from Shrewsbury, and it says that the celestial voice on that track, Beatrix, seems to emanate from the very essence of the digital cloud they exist in. An algorithm to create haunting and ethereal sounds. And says the fun fact on the profile is that Beatrix would like to be in the physical realm one day soon. Grimes has offered her support. Which I love the story that you're building here about what I am thinking is a synth. But I love it, and if you love that, then you should check out roundtriptotiny.com and all the music that they're creating, because it's just so very cool.
You listen to the Salopian Mixtape. If you want to send your music to us, it's thesalopianmixtape.com. And if this is the first time you've listened to one of these podcasts, maybe you've happened upon us, perhaps you've seen that somebody you know or someone whose music you enjoy is being played on this podcast, and you're going, oh, this is very good. Listen back to previous episodes, because I can tell you that the treat of music that we share with you on this show is second to none. Shropshire is making some fabulous stuff.
Fabulous stuff, and it's something that we always just want to champion at every single turn. And there are so many people who've been making music for so many years as well. And one of those people is Mr. E.L. Heath, Eric Loveland Heath, who has I've known him for at least 15, 16 years or so now, probably a little bit longer, and is just a very talented guy in every respect. And he's made a brilliant EP recently called Cambrian, and I've listened to the whole thing a few times, and it's just gorgeous. The whole thing is gorgeous, and it feels like he's found his niche with this. So this then is from the proud Salopian that is E.L. Heath. It's called Dovey Jungle.
The wonderful sounds then of E.L. Heath. I absolutely love that. Dovey Jungle. And I like the fact that you can provide a fun fact about yourself when you send music to us. And Eric Loveland Heath, trying to be as cryptic as we enjoy, he said, that would be telling, wouldn't it? I imagine that he said that whilst kind of like tapping his fingers together like an evil villain.
Like nefarious villain. Like
Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. But just going, that would be telling, wouldn't it?
If you like that, then Eric Loveland Heath's EP Cambrian came out on the 7th of June this year. So go and check it out on Bandcamp. You'll be able to buy it and enjoy it and love it as much as we do as well.
It's time to get dancey, and we do love a bit of dance music. And over the years, in the other place, we've enjoyed, and on this show as well, we have enjoyed fabulous music from CHRONO 87. We can let him tell you more about himself.
The Salopian Mixtape with Michaela and Simon Berry.
Hi, this is CHRONO87 from Telford, and I am absolutely thrilled to be featured on this week's episode of the Salopian Mixtape. I have recently been collaborating with the awesome and very talented Chicago-based music producer Silvr. I first met Silvr on social media about 2 years ago, and we quickly realised that we both shared a passion for like the old school trance sound. Both massive fans of Tiesto and Chicane. So we decided that we wanted to remix each other's songs, and they turned out really well. So we decided to continue by writing a collaboration track together. So we wanted to write something that encompassed both elements of classic trance and melodic techno. It's a massive, massive tune. Really proud to present this to you today. So without further ado, this is Silvr and CHRONO 87 with Elements.
Je le savais très bien.
That was Elements by CHRONO87 featuring Silvr Stage. And CHRONO87 is Anthony Hurney, who's been living in Telford since 1995. And he says that fun fact is CHRONO87 is an abbreviation for the 1987 chronology, which is a reference to the year that I was born.
That is a fun fact.
I didn't know that before.
I didn't know that either.
I love that. And it also made me go, oh, you're still younger than me. Oh well, but you're still making brilliant music, so thank you very much, Anthony Hurney, and for your voice note as well. If you are listening to this and you're thinking, I want my voice and my music to be heard on this here podcast, go to thesalopianmixtape.com. Michaela, you're playing with my dog rather than concentrating on what
Sorry,
we're
I
doing.
got distracted. You started talking about the website, and I thought I can be distracted for a minute.
It's
and
a very beautiful dog.
We're recording this week because we wanted to make sure that this week was all about the music, because we've gotten so excited by going out and about to things that we have slightly forgotten that we do need to play more music. So making sure this week we're getting through more. So we're recording at Simon's house today, which means that we're hanging out with the lovely Bertie. Did you like that last song? Was it good? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a banger.
So it was a banger.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's
Paws
picked
in the
half
air.
of these, you know. I mean,
He's yawning now you're talking.
all right, fine. We'll get on to some more music. Cheers, mate. Thanks for the support.
Do you want to pick the next one or PUKK the next one?
Pause for a second.
What's it there?
And let's play you a song by PUKK, PUKK, who is JJ Chalmers from Bridgnorth. And he's been making music for many, many, many a moon, and is just very good, and been collaborating on this with Gavin Monaghan, Liam Radburn and Mark Beamson. So he's been recording for the last 8 years as PUKK, and this is from his latest endeavour. It's called The Laurels.
From my head to the floor, I'll come around the other side of dawn. I'm a fool in this tarot, lost in the shadows. From the podium to the gallows, I've been resting on my laurels. Kings over queens, you're no friend to me. I double down. How'd you like that sound? Canceling shows I believe a thief could borrow. It's easier to swallow after all these empty bottles. You'll drown in sorrow, chasing clicks and follows. I was there till tomorrow. Don't rest upon your laurels. Kings over queens, you're no friend to me. I double down. How'd you like that sound? In the screams that occupy the walls and streets of our land. Goodbye.
The Salopian Mixtape with Michaela Wild and Simon Berry.
That was PUKK, P-U-K-K for PUKK, called The Laurels, and big fans of that. It's taken from his new EP that came out at the end of May. It's called Departure. You can also get hold of a vinyl LP from PUKK called Precocious Songs, Pretentious Titles, which I feel like has to be said with gravitas.
Yeah, it does. You've almost got to have your pinky extended while saying it.
Go on.
Precocious Songs, Pretentious Titles. There we go, pinky extended. You couldn't even see that, but you could hear my pinky extended.
It looked like you were kind of having a little cup of tea, but you were also wiggling your fingers so aggressively that you'd have been just tipping that tea on yourself.
Is that not how the posh drink tea?
I don't know, I'm not posh.
Well,
Bertie the dog, is that how you drink tea?
He's not posh either.
He's wagging his tail, he's interested.
He just wants to have something to eat or drink. He'll be happy with anything, but he doesn't drink tea.
No. Well, PUKK is making fabulous music, so if you enjoyed that, hunt PUKK down, have a look wherever you get hold of your music. You can get hold of physical copies of the EP and that LP as well. Now, if you're making great stuff, you need to send it to us, because although we've said it's slightly problematic that we are behind on playing stuff and we have got a lot of music still to get through, we're ever asking for more.
Yeah, because we are, if nothing else, music fiends. Greedy for music. So if you're making music and you are a Salopian, if you're connected to Shropshire, then send us your music. Go to thesalopianmixtape.com, and you can also follow us on all social medias as well. You can just search for the Salopian Mixtape. You shall find us and our lovely faces and the people that we speak to on a weekly basis.
I've just spotted something that's amused me in your house.
What?
Because we're recording in Simon's house today, and there's a little coaster just underneath actually my microphone, which is my microphone.
Microphone.
Microphone. She's got a little squirrel on it.
Yeah, it does.
And a little speech bubble off the squirrel.
Yeah.
And the squirrel is.
What's he saying?
He's saying the other word for a donkey, and
a void.
And a void. Yeah.
Donkey
he's saying donkey void is what he's saying. But replace those words.
Yeah, I've completely forgotten about that. It's one of those things that I just completely... Also, while we're talking about mats that are on my table, that is my schoolmate Jason Jones modelling a hat.
Why have you got him on a coaster?
Because we all thought it was very funny that he was a hat model for a week.
So is that a real... He was
a hat model.
Wow.
So
he's rocking his hat, to be fair.
Got some coasters made up. There we go. Anyway, moving on. That friend of mine, Jason, and myself went to the Grange School north of Shrewsbury, and that is also where this next artist went to as well. We're talking about Is the Artist, aka Matt Doyle.
I wouldn't doubt if one day we see this man's face on a coaster, because he's doing very well for himself.
I mean, I'm willing to put this man's face on a coaster, but only as an image, not just his whole face.
Not like planting his face. He spends a lot of time at the gym. I think I'd be too frightened to try and face plant him into a coaster.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. It'd be more likely to be the other way around. But it'd be lovely to get a picture of his face and put it onto a coaster. That would be
nicely
lovely.
Saved.
Whew. Just don't want to get beaten up by He's the Artist, who is making brilliant music. He is a hip-hop rap artist from Shrewsbury, and he just keeps on pumping out brilliant tunes. This is another collaboration with DOWORK. It's called My World.
It's my place in my world. I've been laying, I've been cold, I've been burning, I've been cold, I've been changing on my road. It's my place in my world. I've been laying, I've been cold, I've been burning, I've been cold, I've been changing on my road.
30's the pace, watching days go by, the south side facing. And the rays in the sky, kiss untouched with a little burn. A well spent like it's hard earned. You've left work, nothing been the same. Serving up on dinner plates, chicken grilling on a griddle, different taste. I've been living off of this a few more days. Pour the deck up and give a couple minutes. We tidy up again when the living finished. And I just wanna soak it in the moment, in it. Come and hold them, give the focus with it. Fetch a cold one until the sun sets. And let me look around at the love depth. King of the castle till my last breath. Hold out for the one, yes. Queen of the castle till my last step. Held out for the one, yes.
It's my place here in my world. I've been laying, I've been cold, I've
rewind, then I wouldn't. I'd be binding the time, I'd be fine. I'd be looking got that queen at the side, I'd be booking at my time. But really, I'd be lying if I said that I wouldn't. Wanna just get back lazy, hold on tight like the braces. Same clothes, same day, same places. Yeah, perfect in the making. Feet up, and she under the wing. I don't move till that bell go ring. And I be hoping, and that the day don't end. Even though tomorrow's set to do it again, I might venture. Got intentions there to get back to the place in my throne. Back to the space in the way I feel most. Back from the day, grab a plate and rip mode. There we go.
It's my place here in my world. I've been laying, I've been cold, I've been burning, I've been cold, I've been shaping on my road. It's my place here in my world. I've been laying, I've been cold, I've been burning, I've been cold, I've been shaping on my road.
That's new then from Ease the Artist and DOWORK, which is all capitals, by the way, which feels quite aggressive. I feel like when you say do work, it's called My World.
It's just suddenly making me go, oh, I haven't done enough work today. Well, I need to do more.
Do work. I'm loving the fact that Ease is he's kind of bringing back a bit of a retro hip hop vibe that is a lot of fun. It feels really nostalgic, but with a modern take on that sense of nostalgia, and there's something great about that.
Yeah, you can definitely hear his influences coming through on the music, and he's described it as focusing on old school hip hop, sample flips, good old fashioned rap, leaving the new style to the kids, which I think is brilliant, because you've actually absolutely nailed what it is you're doing, and you're doing it in such a brilliant way that we can't ever say, don't do it like that, mate. What are you doing? Because what you're doing is awesome. If you like that, search out Ease the Artist online. You will be not disappointed at any of his music, because it's all just tip-top bangers.
Nicely done. And that click was Simon clicking his fingers to do a funny little point.
Yeah.
I did a really bad click then. That's better. There we go. Oh, you're just showing off now.
Multiple clicks.
Easy Artist is also the voice of this podcast, so he's someone that's with us every single week in spirit and in voice. If you want to be with us in spirit and in voice through your music being played on this podcast, next week's going to be kind of best of this series, but we'll have a couple of weeks off after that, and then we'll be back with a brand new series with loads more music, and we need to fill that series with tunes from you. And we've mentioned it before, we shall say it again, anything and everything goes. The idea of this being a mixtape, it really is that it's bringing all of the best music locally together.
Yeah, can we just have a recap of what we've actually been listening to today? Because we started off with Adele and Andy, which is country music at its finest from Market Drayton. Then we moved on, handbrake turn, to Mad Spanner.
Yeah, it was one hell of a handbrake turn.
Then we moved on to Sonya Smith, which was far more of it was definitely not metal.
Folky, poppy, full of emotion, singer-songwritery, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, and then we've also had Roundtrip to Tiny, which is like synthy, pop, dance, rock, a wonderful world of just different.
I'm enjoying watching you try and describe all these various things quite quickly.
And then we had Heath, Dovey Jungle, which that again is sort of synthy rock, which just fits perfectly and is great for a train journey in North Wales. There we go, top tip for you. Then we went on to CHRONO 87 with some proper dance tunes. And then we've just finished with PUKK, which is proper indie rock, and Ease the Artist, which is some rap. So that just tells you the different kinds of genres, and we are not limited to them, but we don't have favouritism across a specific genre. We will play anything if it's good music.
Those are the rules. If it's good, we'll play it. So send it to us. It's thesalopianmixtape.com, and we'll be back with you next week, as we say, with a best of the best from the series episode, which I'm very much looking forward to, because this last 7 weeks of music has been Mad. We've done loads.
Been banging, mate. Absolutely banging. So you can listen next week. You can subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Leave a comment or leave a review on it as well. That helps it get into the ears and minds of other people as well. And thank you for your continued support and listenership. We very much appreciate you. See you next week.
The Salopian Mixtape with Simon Berry and Michaela Wilde. Bringing you Shropshire's best new music. You can get your music heard at thesalopianmixtape.com.